Hi, it's Rob. Just a quick video to show you how I use the Big Tree Creation Pack and GDS Plus to make a nice tree for a game. So this is the pack that I'll be using. I've already downloaded the folder to my desktop, sorry. Here it is, the big trees. Inside the folder you'll find the SVGs, the PNGs as usual. So if you don't want to use GDS Plus, you can just use these, which have already been exported for you. We're going to be using the GDS file found in the GDS Plus pack. So I'm going to open GDS Plus. I'm just going to get to it from here. Launch GDS Plus. And now it's going to ask for the GDS file, which I'll load from this screen. So I'll navigate to the file in the Big Trees folder, in the GDS Plus folder, and I'll use the Tree Creator Pack. I'll give it a second while it loads. So as you can see, it's loading all the components in the pack onto the scene. Now I'll use these components and the drag and drop functionalities of GDS Plus to build an example of a tree. The components in the pack, as you can see, tile, so you can extend them as much as you like. They can go up vertically. And with the drag and drop, you can drag branches onto the trees. Also included in the pack are a couple of tree examples. So you can see how to make trees. It's pretty simple. You can do this directly in your game engine, or you can do it in GDS Plus. If you're using GDS Plus, you'll have color change functions and stroke balancing functions. So I'm going to go ahead and build the big tree. For the big tree, I'm going to use this part and this part. And as you can see, these tree pieces, they tile together. Let's pick a branch. Here's a branch. I'm going to bring that up to the top with the Z order. I'm going to use this button over here to bring it to the top. There is a hotkey. You can use the arrow hotkeys and the control key to move it up and down. Let's get another big branch. Let's try this one. And let's duplicate that. You can duplicate any component by selecting the component and hitting the D key. You can also control and paste, copy and paste I mean. And let's flip that horizontally with the H key. Okay. As you can see, the components in this scene are ordered into component categories. We've got leaves, the trunks, roots, features, branches, and the main, which there's nothing in. The component categories will help you select multi-select items later on. We can use the multi-select button to select everything in that category. We can select all the trunks on the scene by selecting the multi-select on the trunks, all the roots in the scene, and all the tree features. Grab these two branches and move them over. I'm going to turn off that. That's better. So if you make one branch bigger than another branch, you'll see that the stroke weight makes it not fit with the scene. There's a simple solution to this, and we can balance out the stroke weight and make each branch well balanced for the tree. I'm going to move this one over to here, move it down there. Don't actually want that one there. Let's grab one of these things. I don't know what these are called. Bring it up to the top. I'm going to make this bigger. But again, you can see when you make something big, the stroke becomes big as well. I'm going to balance that out and make that a lot smaller. There we go. I'm going to chuck a root down on there. I'm going to duplicate and flip. So more or less that'll do for the tree size. I'm going to add a couple more small branches. Maybe this broken branch is quite interesting. I think for balance I'll have it on this side and I'll swap that over to this side. Maybe I'll move it up to there. Stick it on there. There we go. Let's put one of these things. Let's grab these, move them over to the tree. I don't actually know what these are called. I think they're called cankers. These dead shoots. Okay, so more or less that's the tree done. Maybe we can make it a bit taller. That's the tree trunk done. Now I'll put some leaves on. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to delete everything I didn't need. Or did I just delete something I did need? Let's delete everything I didn't need. Actually, I'll keep that bird's nest. I'll bring this over here. I want that little bird's nest in there. Okay, so let's add some foliage to the top section. So there's two ways of adding foliage. We can use the tiles and make foliage as big as we want, or we can just use these bunches of foliage. I'm just going to use these bunches for now because it's quicker. Later I'll do an example with these tiles. Let's bring that over there. Let's move these up. So I'm going to move these up a bit. And I probably want to see that. And send that to the back. Bring that up to the front. I'll make this a bit bigger. But if you make something big, you can just balance the strokes with the stroke balance. I'm not going to be concerned too much about the top of the tree because this is quite a big tree and I suppose this will be outside of the scene. I'm going to put this bird's nest in. I'm going to just steal this branch. Let's flip it. Move that down. Make some space for this. Let's grab some foliage. Let's bring that up to the top. Grab another one. Move it over here. I'm going to I'm going to use this little one here. Bring that up to there. And I'm going to stick this bird's nest on the top there. And I'm just going to rotate it. And I'm going to go in and I want those eggs to be red. So I'm going to select the colour red. Let's get them a bit darker. There we go. No, actually maybe purple. Yeah, purple. And I don't want this stick. There we go. And I'm going to put that one, this behind the nest. Actually no, I'll duplicate this little one. There we go. Right, so I'm going to delete these. We don't want them. And I'm going to delete these. Like I said, I'm not really concerned about the top of the tree because I imagine that'll be outside the scene. Let's adjust the scene to fit the tree. Yeah, so if you look at the scene size, this tree is 2,832 pixels, which is probably too big, but it doesn't matter because this is just an example. Alright, so I've got two options now. I can tweak the tree colours, play with the tree a bit, or I can just export it. If I want to export it as a PNG, I just hit the E key and it will ask me where I want to save it. So let's go to the desktop and I'll just save it in here for now. Okay, let's see how it turned out. I'm going to open it. So while that opens, let's do something else. Another thing we can do with the tree, we can easily change colour of all the leaves. As you've seen, I've been duplicating items as I've been going along. And thankfully, all the items that have been duplicated have stayed within their component categories. So now if I just want to select the leaves, I can select all the leaves and do a bulk colour change on the leaves. Let's set it to light. Oh no, that's too much. That's better. We can do a bulk colour change on the leaves by selecting all the leaves in the category. We don't have to go through things one by one. Fortunately, everything has been handled and contained for us. That we can do with the same with the trunks and the roots and the branches. We select the category and then select everything in the category, change category and select. You'll notice that our last selection wasn't unselected. If you want to unselect, you've got to click off. So let's go through it again. Let's select all the trunk items, select all the roots. You see this is adding to our selection. We'll select all the features except for that nest, and I'm going to use the shift key and I'm going to select the nest to unselect it, and let's select all our branches. So now everything is selected, every piece of wood is selected. Now we can easily change colour. There we go. Yeah, so maybe if you're making a nighttime tree scene, you might want these colours. There we go. Oh, don't forget to select the strokes when you change colour. If you're changing hue, it's best to apply the hue to the strokes. Can you see? Maybe I have to select everything again. That's it. But if you change the luminance, you need to unselect strokes. Changing luminance with strokes makes your strokes look funny. So if you unselect stroke, the stroke balance stays the same. I'm just going to quickly re-establish those because none of it looked good. There we go. So yeah, if you were making a nighttime scene, maybe you'd want something like that. Okay, so I'm going to make another tree using the same pack. So I'm not going to bother getting rid of this. I'm just going to open a new scene and I'm going to load in the tree creator pack again. There we go. So I've got another version of the tree creator pack. You can load in as many of these versions as you want, or as your memory will allow you to. Let's have a look. I think in Chrome we can have a look. Yeah, so we're using 347 megabytes of RAM for this. So you'll have to manage your own memory. So let's make, let's use the tiles, the leaf tiles, to make a tiling scene. Okay, so I'm just going to select all these. I'm holding the control key down to do the multi-select. Just checking I'm recording still. I'm just going to move these over to here for now. And I'm going to set up a grid the same size as these tiles. The scene already comes with a grid the same size, but I'll show you how to do it if you want to use different tile sizes. So this grid is going to be 256 pixels by 256 pixels, which is the size of each tile. So we've got snapping on. So let's make a tiling scene. I'm going to set the scene size to like 2048 pixels, and I don't really care about the height. So here we go. Is that about right? No, probably a bit longer. Let's put it at 3000 pixels for now. So let's grab all of this one here. Let's duplicate that tile. We'll pop it over here. So let's just build up a tiling top. Oops. I'm not sure if that select is a bug or because I'm screen recording this, I've got some big lag selecting items. I'll bring that over. I'm not going to be bothered about the top. I need this piece, which is where? Oh, I'll just flip this piece for now. I'll duplicate, flip that. Pieces. Oh, there it was. I'll delete all those pieces. To multi-select, I'm holding down Shift. And I'm going to duplicate those, bring them over here. I think you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I don't like those two variations together. Maybe that. I've got that lag again. Okay. I'll delete those because I'm finished with them. So this will make a nice tiling top that you can display along the edge. If you're making a forest scene in your game and you want to make some parallaxing parts that tile. So let's just grab some branches. Let's grab these. Oh, you might want to know that these branches, let me turn the grid off. These branches also fit together, so you can make long, continuous running side branches, as well as vertical trunks. Here we go. Well, I'm going to chuck that under there, and I'm going to put that under there. I'm going to get this one. Let's see if I can blend it in here. Make it a bit smaller. Again, when I make it smaller, I'm just going to bring the stroke up so it's exactly the same stroke as the others. Let's send it to the back. And let's grab this one. And pop that one at the back too. There we go. And let's look for some branches. I use these branches. Oh, didn't want that. We don't need that. I'm just going to grab these little bits because I want to show you how you can make new branches. I'm going to pop them up there, and I'm going to grab this. So I'm going to make a new branch. I'm going to grab this bit here. I'm just going to pop that on there. And I'm going to grab this one. And I'll pop that one on the top. Maybe this bit here. That's it. Chuck that on there. And there we go. I've got a new branch. I'm going to grab this. Probably need to spend more time making that work, but let's just pop it here. Let's grab that little one. I'll just flip it and bring it up to the top. Stick it on there. And let's grab this. Put it over here. There we go. Don't need those. So I've got my tile set, my tiling piece. And I'm just going to make it look a little bit more interesting. And I'm going to bring this piece, I'm going to put it behind, and I'm going to change the colour just to a darker colour. There we go. Oh, I didn't set the hue on the strokes. Let me put the hue on for the strokes. There we go. That'll make the stroke the same colour. Okay. Not a big fan of that. Let's try a little less blue. That's it. Let's make it a bit bigger. And let's get this one here. Let's see if we can do the same. Oh, watch this. This colour, let's assume that I'm really happy with this colour and I want to apply it to that. If I zoom in, if I open the master controls, I've got to try and guess that colour. But what we can do is we can steal or copy the hue, the sat and the illumination that was applied to this leaf bunch just by copying them to the clipboard, selecting this one and then pasting it in. Now you'll see they're exactly the same colour. I'm just going to make the strokes a bit bigger on that. Okay. As well, this tiled area looks extremely flat and plain for a tree, so let's use this and bring it up a bit just to break it up. Copy that over there, and we can use these. Where's that little nest gone? Okay, so I'm going to delete all the other stuff that I didn't use. Let's just dump that. And I'm going to resize the scene to this. And I'm going to export this scene now with the E key. I'll save it in our tree creator pack. I'm just going to make a new blank scene to test that it tiles properly. So we've got a new blank scene. I'm going to import that tree that we just made. Here it is. Let's import it. There we go. And this is our PNG or our export piece. Let me just duplicate it. There we go. And duplicate it again. There we go. Because GDS Plus is designed primarily for games, the stepping is 1 pixel. So everything is stepped to 1 pixel, which makes it handy for aligning tiles and tile sheets. You won't be able to drag them to non-pixel values. Okay, let's just zoom out quickly. And there you go. If you were making a game, you've got a nice tiling top, which you can put along the top of your game. You can do the same for the bottom. So there it is. That's the Tree Creator Pack. I hope you like it. Bye.